So we have gathered here today because I have a little bit of a read on my spirits. And this read goes out to Miss Zoe Saldana. How the fuck you pronounce her name? I don't give a fuck about her and I don't respect her enough to care to say it correctly. All right? Now, you see, I would have done this read yesterday because I read it a couple of days ago, and this read has been in my spirit this long, and I would have done it yesterday, but, I was flying across the country, and these white people have taken my voice away, so I couldn't talk yesterday. But the Lord today said, glory, Miss Only Black Girl, I'm going to bless you with your voice today so that you can read and drag this bitch down into the pits of hell. So I have come to do the Lord's deed today, and I'm going to drag this bitch all the way down to hell, into the coffin that she belongs in, because she is no longer allowed on this earth. So we all know that Zoe Saldana is starring as Nina the fucking greatest Simone in this upcoming biopic that nobody approves of, not even Nina's family. And, we've been dragging her for the past 3 years or so, but, just recently, in this cover story for Allure, which really makes me question why the fuck Allure would do this to their career and put such an irrelevant bitch on their cover. But, different question for a different fucking day. But anyways, in this cover story for Allure, Ms. Zazu decided that she was going to get a little bit of a read in her spirit. And she thought she was going to clap back at us haters about all the bad feedback that she's been getting about playing Nina the fucking greatest Simone. And so she put out this little statement, right, in this cover story, trying to, justify her decisions in casting herself as Nina Simone. And I'm going, first, before we even get into anything, I just want to read you the stupidity that came out of her mouth on purpose. Like, this wasn't a mistake. She purposely said this. And I just wanted to read to you all the very short, less than intelligent words that she said today before I dive into my drag, because we will be ripping her to shreds today, okay? So the title of this so-called clapback that she put out was, "We fucking won." So I'm going to read through this first before I drag her to her grave. And then I'm going to come back and explain to each section of this statement of why you're a dumbass, okay? So, starting from the top, the title of this little thing that she put out was, quote, "We fucking won." The fact that we are talking about her, Nina Simone, is trending. We fucking won. For so many years, nobody knew who the fuck she was. So it's essential to our American history as a woman first, and only then as everything else. The script probably would still be lying around, going to office, agency to agency, and nobody would have done it. Female stories aren't relevant, especially a black female story. I made a choice. Yes, you did. Do I continue passing on the script and hope that the right black person will do it? Or do I say, you know what, Miss Zazu Saldana, me, myself, and I, whatever consequences this may bring, my casting is nothing in comparison to the fact that this story must be told. That's the end of her statement. So let's start from the beginning here, because there's literally nothing good that you said in this statement. So I'm going to drag you line by line. So let's start from the beginning. Okay, the first thing you said, the fact that we're talking about her, about Nina Simone, is trending. We fucking won. No, you didn't, girl. You do not win. You do not pass go. You did not collect $200 motherfucking dollars, bitch. You have not won anything. You have failed. You have greatly failed. Nobody is talking about Nina Simone because she's Nina Simone and she is a fucking international icon. They're talking about you and your poor ass, terrible fucking juvenile decisions. They're talking about you. They're not talking about Nina Simone and her greatness. They're talking about you and your poor mistakes. Do you know what have gotten people talking about Nina Simone? A good fucking Nina Simone movie with a good casting and somebody who doesn't look like a fucking jigaboo on the cover. Next line. For so many years, nobody knew who the fuck she was. Nobody, girl, nobody knew who the fuck, nobody knew who the fuck Nina, nobody, you said, nobody Nobody knew who the fuck Nina Simone was. If nobody knew who the fuck Nina Simone was, then why are you making a biopic about her? If she was so unknown, then why the fuck would anybody want to see a biopic about her? How would you even know enough about her to do a fucking biopic about her if nobody knew who the fuck she was? Nobody knew who the fuck she was. Bitch, do you understand that Nina Simone was a fucking internationally loved icon? This bitch was having fucking kikis and going to brunch with some of the biggest world leaders. Are you fucking kidding me, bitch? Are you stupid? I mean, I would ask if you were stupid, but it's so clearly obvious that you're a fucking dumbass. Like, nobody knew who she was. What are you talking about? Nobody knew who the fuck she was. People around the fucking world know. Maybe you don't know who the fuck she was because you only started being black fucking yesterday with your Rachel Dolezal ass. But everybody else fucking know who the fuck she was, and I know you don't know who the fuck you was because if you knew who she was, you wouldn't be talking all this dumb shit. But you're talking right now, girl. Nobody knew who she. Nobody. Not a single body, not nobody in the bodies of the nun girl. Nobody knew who the fuck she. Nobody knew who the fuck. What are you smoking, bitch? Cause I need whatever the fuck you was on because you was on some other top crazy bitch. Cause what? No. She is essential to our American history as a woman first, and only after that, everyone else. Girl, she's essential to the fucking world history, not just American history. That's one thing. And the second thing, as a woman first, no, bitch, as a black woman first, as a dark-skinned, heavy-set, big nose, big titties, big ass, big old fucking curves, black woman first. That is number one. Because if you knew anything about Nina Simone, I know you just found out about her when you decided to take this role. But the one thing that she always was black and proud about is the fact that she was black and that she was dark skinned and that she had these big old titties and these big old noses that nobody fucking liked. That was the core values of her work. But you wouldn't know that because nobody, not a single body in the world has heard about Nina Simone, apparently, according to Miss Salamander. Okay. Script would be lying around, still going office to office, agent to agent, blah, blah, blah. Girl, that's a good thing because from everything that we've heard about this script and this story, it's trash. So maybe you should have let it just float. Nobody would have done it because it's fucking terrible. Have you ever stopped to think about why you're the only person supporting this fucking film? Because it sucks. It's terrible. It's not true to her or her fucking values. So yeah, bitch, maybe you should have left it alone and let it keep floating and floating and floating until it fucking floated into the pits of hell, bitch. Female stories aren't relevant enough, especially black women's stories. Now, I'll give you that one, but what you won't do is become so desperate to put out a black woman's story that you do wrong by her, that you completely erase her core fucking identities. You won't do that, bitch, just because you want to be the black lady who only been black for the past 2 years. Because from what I recall, bitch, you was the one talking about racism is over because Obama is president and I don't see race. You know, we all just transparent. That's your exact words, bitch. Go look it up your fucking self because the only time you started claiming to be black was when you decided to pick up this role. But what you won't do is disrespect the black women that you want to make movies about because you're so fucking desperate to get white approval from people. No, bitch, you won't do that. Not to my Nina. Not to my Nina, the goddamn motherfucking worldwide known icon ass Simone, bitch. No, you won't. So what you won't do is take your fucking light skin ass with a fucking fake ass prosthetic nose, bitch, dress up in blackface. That's your solution. Because black women's stories are so irrelevant to the point that you are gonna dress up in blackface. Black, literal blackface. You are painting your face black. That's your solution. Why couldn't you just go get a fucking dark girl? Why? Do I continue passing on the script hoping that the white black person comes along? No, bitch. If you wanted to do this movie so bad, it's not that fucking hard to find a dark-skinned black woman who doesn't even necessarily need to look like Nina Simone, but at least somebody who doesn't require being a fucking blackface and dressing up like a fucking mammy to do the role. Do you know how many fucking dark-skinned black women are out here looking for jobs, bitch? What are you talking about? Like, who raised you? And your very last statement, whatever consequences me brings about, my casting is nothing compared to getting the story out. Okay, girl, so what you're saying is you want to be dragged because there's no logic in your statement. What are you talking about? This story is out. Did you not just watch the fucking Netflix documentary that came out? That was very good, by the way, but, you know, then again, you've never heard of her, so of course you wouldn't have watched it. Her story has been told, and I'm not saying that we don't need a biopic about her because great, but make it a good fucking biopic. Like, what are you... Bitch, what are you talking about? My point is Nina Simone's story is not so fucking unheard to the point where you need to come up here acting like a bitch ass fool to desperately get a story out about her. People all around the fucking world know her story already. You're just retelling it, and your version of it is fucking terrible. So Miss Zazu Salamander, bitch, I just want you to know that all of your choices throughout this past 3 years of this bullshit have been poor ones, bitch. And I hope that you get every fucking drag that you deserve, bitch, and nobody's going to go see your film. I just want you to know that that's film that you are backing up with your heart and fucking soul, bitch, is going to be a fucking flop. So, you know, I would call you a coon, but you need to be black for more than 2 years to be black enough to be considered a fucking coon in the first place. So, well, I'm just going to tell you to fuck off, and I kind of hope that you burn in the fiery pits of hell. That's harsh, but I don't really give a fuck. And shut the fuck up, bitch, because we don't want to hear none of your bullshit ass fucking excuses anymore. Your decisions were poor. This movie is trash. Nina Simone is too fucking great to deserve all this bullshit y'all have been putting her and her fucking story and reputation through. So fuck you, eat a platter of dicks, and go fuck yourself.
And we back to Black History Snapchats. It's like drunk history, but I'm sober, and we gonna do this 10 seconds at a time. So, bitch, get ready, okay? Today, we gonna talk about the baddest bitch to ever fucking exist in history. Harriet the motherfucking Tubman, aka HTZ. Okay? So Harriet Tubman, HTZ, is like one of my favorite fucking people in history, and people only know her as like some slave that freed some other slaves, but she was so much fucking more than that. Start in the early life of Harriet Tubman because the shit she went through as a child actually plays a huge fucking role in the person that she became later in her life.